All right, welcome everybody to Combat Saturday for November 7th, 2020. I'm your host, DM Gallibond. So today on Combat Saturday, we are going to be looking at a rare weapon indeed in D&D. We are going to be looking at two different types of firearms, the pistol and the revolver. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what those are going to be like. We are going to, as always, start with the earliest edition of D&D, where these items come into play, which in this case is AD&D, first edition. In fact, there was a game that TSR was marketing back in the early 80s called Boot Hill, which was a Wild West RPG. And they actually made some crossover rules so that you could take characters and scenarios from one of those games and use it to the other. So the you know, there gives you a whole bunch of different statistical and conversion tables here, which we're not going to worry about so much for that. What we want to do is we want to get down to the actual weapon information. So, there are some other types of weapons here, but the thing we're going to look at that's the closest to the pistol is the Derringer and the other handgun. So Derringer is just like a little tiny 22 caliber pistol that a grown man can literally palm in the palm of their hand. Was made famous by, of course, John Derringer, the early 20th century outlaw and gangster. So that's where it gets its name. Damage is 1d4, and range modifier, it has +2 to attack at short range, +1 to attack at medium range, and 0 to attack at long range. And any other handgun deals 1d8 damage with a +3 short range, +1 medium range, and 0 long range. All right. So that's really kind of all they say about the firearms. Now there's shotguns, scatterguns, other types of things, and those are not really anything we're going to get into in this particular episode. Now in second edition, they went away. You didn't see any kind of firearms there, but they came back in third edition in Renaissance weapons, or at least the pistol came back. Pistol is, of course, just any kind of handheld short barrel gun. A revolver is a specific type of, um, I guess it's a subtype of a pistol that has the little cylinder that holds the chambers, usually a six bullet cylinder that when you fire, it will just bring the next um, weapon over. It's kind of a semi-automatic in that respect, but with only 6 shots. So the cost for a pistol is 250 gold pieces. Will deal 1d8 damage to small creatures, will deal 1d10 damage to medium creatures. The critical damage is you multiply the damage by 3. Range increment is 50 feet, weighs 3 pounds, and it deals piercing damage. And then in 5th edition, the pistol takes a lot from the 3rd edition variety. 250 gold, weight of 3 pounds, 1d10 piercing damage, and has a range of 30/90. And it has the loading property and the ammunition property. So you have to have firearm ammunition for it. And then the revolver is they don't there's not a cost because this is like considered a really exotic type of thing. So revolver deals 2d8 piercing damage, also weighs 3 pounds, has a range of 40 and 120, and also has the same properties of reload and ammunition. So there you have the different things about the pistol and the revolver in D&D. That's gonna do it for this episode of Combat Saturday. If you guys like what we're doing here on the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click the post notification bell so that you get notified every time a new video drops. Also, down in the comment or down in the description, you can find how to follow me on social media, and you can find all of my how to follow my games that the actual play D&D games that I run every week. And in the comments, it would be great to see if you have ever allowed your party, or if you've been in a party where your DM allowed firearms to be in your D&D game. What what kind of limitations were there? What did you, was it just, hey, you found this cache and you got plenty of ammunition and you don't have to worry about that? Or was there something that the DM made you do in terms of alchemy to figure out how to make the gunpowder or whatever? I would be the kind of DM that I might give the party a firearm, and I might give them some wet or unstable ammunition, so that if they use it, there would be a high percentage chance that the weapon would malfunction, perhaps in a spectacular way that might even damage the person trying to use it. Um, but then I would give them a way of figuring out how to actually make proper gunpowder and how to do that. But there would probably be a lot of skill checks, and they might have to have some specialized engineering equipment and stuff like that, or access to um, such equipment in order to be able to create the ammunition that they need for the weapon. So I would do things like that. I wouldn't make it easy for my players if I gave anything like that to them. I would make it be very rare, very hard to maintain, and such. But that's just me. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this, and we hope that we will see you back here next week for another edition of Combat Saturday. Good night, everybody.